Next, define operating unit. So here, if you want to define the operating unit, then we can go to log into Oracle application. We have two responsibilities are there while going to define the operating units. So actually operating unit levels are coming from purchasing, sales, distribution points. That department level we want to define the operating unit. Now we want to define this operating unit level in HRMS level also. Okay, we have HRMS responsibility. In that HRMS responsibility also we can possible to define the operating unit. In ledger level also we define the operating unit. Again, if you want to define the one more operating unit, then we can go to respected ledger and will be created. So here now I want to log in Oracle applications. Here we can give the username and password. So here we can choose the responsibility is HR responsibility. Here we want to define the operating unit. Then same navigation, work structure, organization, description. While using the same navigation, we can create the business group, we can create the operating units, we can create the inventory organization also. Now we are working with the operating unit. Then click on new. So or else we can go to click on find. We don't have any. So here on this one. Okay, fine. So here I want to define a new operating unit. Click on new. Then here we are going to create our operating unit, or else we are going to retrieve our existing operating unit. Yesterday we create one operating unit. These are the business groups. This is our operating unit. Are we clear on this? Okay. So and once we create the operating unit, here this is yesterday operating unit. Means yesterday we create this one. Here we have some operating unit information. Okay. This operating unit information also we are given yesterday in the respected information. There. This is the ledger. We create our operating unit. This is the legal entity and this is the operating unit short code. So in the same manner we want to create it one more operating. Before going to create one more operating unit, we need to add a one more organization classification is HR organization. HR organization, because of that respected HR people is going to access this operating unit. So that is the reason we need to assign this operating this classification. So government GRE no need to require because of already it is applicable for general ledger. Okay, we are specify that, or else we are going to specify that one more responsibility also. So one more organization classification. Now this operating unit is applicable for HR access as well as GRE, right? Then next we want to create a new operating unit. We want to create a new operating unit. So total how many operating units required? So we need to require trucks. And the legislation code is location is JPP 9. So we have a motors location, legal entity location. That location I am going to assign here. Okay, and save the records. Coming to classification, here we can give the classification is operating unit. Operating unit. Now check the checkbox. Save the records. Once it is completed, now we can go to click on others. Here we can give the operating unit information. Yeah. So primary ledger is our ledger. Default legal quantity is JPP9 motors, and here we can give the trucks. Save the records. Once it is completed, now we are going to assign HR organization, and also we want to assign category legal entity. Once it will be completed, now we are going to check it from back end, which is the table is going to capture this operating unit information. Basically, which table is going to having this one? We have a specific table. Then the main table is select star from HR all organization units. It is one of the table which is having the business group as well as operating unit information as well as inventory organization. Then now we can go to check it. Where name like observe. Earlier we have only 3 records. Now we have 5 records. In these 5 records, 3 are the business group, 2 are the operating units. Now, if you want to access only business group information, which one? Which table we want to access? I want to see only business group information. I want to see only business group information. I told you one table. What is the table? For business groups. It is one of the table which is shows only business group information. How can you forget, man? This table is going to show us only business group information. In the same manner, we have one more table in there which shows only operating unit information. Which shows only operating unit information. Then select star from HR operating units. So here we can give name like JPP. Clear? So here, but these both are not tables. These are the views. Are we clear on that? So very simple. If you go this table, we can find out both information. Say example, if you go to visit to the IMAX, we can able to see all movies. Then we are able to see either English movies or Telugu movies or Tamil movies. Suppose if you visit to the only one individual theater, suppose say example we have so many theaters are there, like example Sri Ram. So in this point of time we are able to see only one movie. Same process. Just imagine. Okay. So in HR all organization is going to capture the all information. Business group information, operating unit information as well as inventory organization information also. If you want to access a particular group information, if you want to go for business group, then per business groups. If you go for HR or operating units, you can go for the operating units. So that is the way we are going to implement it. Right? So this is the these are the tables are reflected from backend. At the same time here I want to create all operating units. So suppose example I want to create one more operating unit that is coming under bikes. So here we should specify operating unit, the 59 motors. Now save the records. Come to organization classification, operating unit, and check the checkbox, save the records, others, and give the operating unit information. So here the ledger is our ledger, and motors legal entity, and the 59 bikes. Now save the records. In the same manner we are going to assign HR organization and GRE legal entity. Okay. In the same manner I want to define one more operating unit, is finance. Okay, is finance or else development. Development is coming under software. So here we can give the JBP9 software legal entity location. Then here again we can give the operating unit. Check the checkbox. Go to others. Here we can give the operating unit information. The first one is common, JBP9 ledger, but second one is different log legal entity. So JBP9 development. Save the records. Now we can go to HR organization, GRE legal entity. So now all operating. So in the same manner we are going to define the one by one operating units. Now we are going to check it from back end. This is the main table which is captured the all information. Okay, this is the table which is captured the a few information, business group information. This is the table we are going to capture the operating unit information. So what system is done when we create the operating unit? Create the organization ID. Even though here observe this one, for every transaction system is create the organization ID. Okay, in this, if you go to search into the business group, operating unit, these operating units are coming under this business group, our India business group. Our India business group is also having one ID. These are all operating units are coming under India business group ID. So this is nothing but a org ID. Okay, organization ID. Just keep in our mind organization ID. What is this? Ledger ID. So ledger ID. Still the people does not change this column name. Set of books ID. Earlier also set of books ID, same name they are going to maintain. But in R12 we treat as a ledger ID. Ledger ID, set of books ID, both are same. Okay. So in this manner we are possible to define the operating units. All of you clear? Okay. So this is the base table for operating unit. This is the view for only for operating unit. If you want to access this view, we are going to access only operating unit. That is the advantage. Okay.